COB Industries Quick High Pressure Stoppers, the safe, convenient way to hydrostatic test. Founded in 1968 by Cletus O'Brien, COB Industries began distributing and manufacturing specialty pipe tools. Quick high pressure stoppers eliminate the need to weld on caps for hydrostatic testing. These convenient tools save time and money for contractors, power plants, refineries, and more. While our quick high pressure stoppers are made to the highest engineering standards, pressure testing can be an extremely hazardous operation and safety precautions should be strictly adhered to. All connections, flanges, valves, and other fittings should be checked for suitability to the test pressure. The use of air or compressed gas is not recommended in any pressure testing situation. It is of utmost importance to never stand in front of any test plug or other enclosure when a test is in progress. If a plug discharges during a test, serious injury or death could occur. The intent of this video is to provide you with knowledge of the quick high pressure stoppers. More importantly, we want to show the proper and safe way to install quick high pressure stoppers. COB Industries offers two main types of quick high pressure stoppers: an internal plug that grips on the inside diameter of a plain end pipe or tube, and external closures that grip on the outside diameter. Both of these designs are manufactured to fit custom applications and can be used for test pressures up to 3,000 psi. Most standard sizes are manufactured to industry specifications and are available off the shelf. Type C stoppers are designed to fit small diameters of 1 inch and below. The sealing is accomplished by an O-ring at the front of the plug. The allowable tolerance of the Type C stoppers is plus or minus 5/1000ths of an inch, and all plugs are tested to 3,000 psi before shipment. Higher pressures up to 10,000 psi are available through special order, and you must call COB Industries for any test involving pressures above the rated pressure of the plugs. Type D test plugs are designed to fit inside diameters from 1 inch through 28 inch. All sizes utilize a thick neoprene seal cup to form a watertight seal under pressure with an allowable tolerance of plus or minus 35/1000ths. Plugs up to 12 inch diameter are tested at 3,000 psi. For sizes over 12 inch, the standard pressure varies from 2,500 psi down to 500 psi. The rated pressure can be found on the attached safety test certificate. Contact COB Industries for any questions regarding your specific test requirements. Socket weld plugs are engineered to fit socket weld fittings and are similar to the Type C stoppers, requiring a very short engagement depth. The allowable tolerance is plus or minus 5/1000ths, and they are pressure rated at 3,000 psi. Reverse pressure plugs are designed to test very short segments of pipe by inserting the plug past the weld sections of the pipe, which can be isolated and tested using a small amount of water. The allowable tolerance is plus or minus 35/1000ths, and they are also rated for 3,000 psi. External closures are designed to be used on the exterior of plain end pipe or tubing. One size closure can be used on all schedules of pipe at each size. Due to the higher pressures involved, external closures are manufactured with SAE threaded ports. Standard pressures for up to 4 inch are 10,000 psi, and for larger sizes, please contact COB Industries. Parts, mechanics, and maintenance of the quick high pressure stoppers. All internal test plugs work on the same general principle. By tightening a nut on the threaded mandrel, a set of serrated grips slide forward. These grips expand into the pipe wall as they slide across the tapered portion of the mandrel. The rubber seal also expands over a second taper on the mandrel when the nut is tightened. With the addition of pressure during testing, the seal cup and grips expand even further to form a tighter seal. The efficiency of the test plug depends on the overall condition of the plug at the time of use. There are 3 areas that need to be checked before every use to ensure proper gripping and sealing of the plug. First, the seal cup and O-rings need to be in good condition. If you find a seal cup or O-ring torn or worn, they need to be replaced. Seal kits are supplied as a complete package and are simple to replace. Disassemble the unit and remove the worn seal cup and O-rings. Reassemble the grips while replacing the O-rings and slide the seal cup over the mandrel. When putting the grips back on the mandrel, be sure the stamped end is facing the hex nut. Reinstall the washer and nut to complete the repair. The second area that needs to be checked is the sharpness of the grips. Overly worn or rounded grips will prevent the plug from holding properly in the pipe. To replace grips, remove the worn parts and install the new grips into the O-rings and reassemble. Always make sure the stamped end of the grips are facing the hex nut. Finally, it is important that all parts of the plug are working together. If a thread is stripped or a plug becomes cracked or bent, it must be replaced. Regular inspection of all plugs is a necessary step to ensure operation safety. Safe and proper installation. Before installing any type of high-pressure stopper, first remove any accumulated dirt or dust particles or rust and scale from inside the pipe end. Remove any burrs or sharp edges that could damage the seal or interfere with the installation of the plug. At this time, you need to verify the ID of the pipe to make sure you have the proper plug and check all valves and fittings to be sure they are suitable for testing pressure. Before testing pressure is added to the test pipe, be sure to install the safety gag. Tighten the gag around the pipe with the bull ring over the end of the stopper. There should be slack in the chain and the ring should not be around any fittings. When adding fluid to the pipe for hydro test, it is important to vent all of the air before the pressure is added. Fill the pipe with water and vent any remaining air. Once the entire test system is filled with water and is vented, close all valve ports, vents, and the like. Increase pressure to the pipe and retighten the hex nut at approximately 20% of the test pressure. Always remember, never stand in front of a plug while it is under pressure. To remove the plug after the test is completed, make sure the pressure source is shut off and slowly open the valve to release all the stored pressure. Rapid release of pressure could cause a plug to discharge. Completely drain the pipe assembly and then you can loosen the hex nut. Using a rubber mallet, tap the mandrel forward and the nut on each side to release the grips. Slide the stopper out of the pipe and clean and dry it before storage. For Type C stoppers in pipes smaller than 1 inch diameter, start by applying a small amount of lubrication or light grease to the O-ring seal to help ease the installation. About 7/16 of an inch of the grip area should remain outside the pipe. Now tighten the hex nut until the grips are firmly seated inside the wall of the pipe or tubing. Fill the pipe with water and vent any remaining air. Water should run in a steady stream without any bubbling. Once the entire test system is filled with water and the air is vented, close all valve ports, vents, and the like. Now begin the test by slowly increasing pressure to the pipe. As pressure is increasing, stop at approximately 20% of the test pressure and retighten the hex nut. Always remember, never stand in front of a plug while the pipe is under pressure. For Type D stoppers sizes larger than 6 inch, you must install a vent tube. While holding the stopper at a slight angle, place the edge of the seal cup on the end of the pipe and then insert evenly so the grips end up flush with the end of the pipe and the vent is placed at the highest elevation. Now tighten the hex nut until the grips are firmly seated against the inside wall of the pipe or tube. For Type D stoppers 18 inch and larger, the rim bolts need to be tightened by torquing them in an alternate fashion. Fill the pipe with water and vent any remaining air. On larger sizes, the vent tube is used to remove any remaining air pockets. Once the entire test system is filled with water and the air is vented, close all valve ports, vents, and the like. Increase pressure to the plug and retighten the hex nut at approximately 20% of the test pressure. Always remember, never stand in front of a plug when under pressure. Socket weld plugs are installed in the same manner as the Type C high-pressure stoppers. External closures. Once the pipe is prepared, disassemble the nut and barrel and apply anti-seize compound to the barrel threads. Then lightly apply oil to the O-ring seal and be careful not to get any oil on the grip area. Place the nut into the barrel just a short distance, then install the assembly onto the end of the pipe. Make certain the barrel is seated firmly against the end of the pipe. Vent air and water, then continue with the test as with the other high-pressure stoppers. When using reverse pressure plugs, by using tool 1, Screw the left-hand tapered threads into the stopper and insert the stopper past the weld to be tested. Now slide tool 2 over tool 1 and use it to tighten the hex nut completely. Remove the tools from the stopper and install the left-hand threaded anchor shackle. By using a chain or cable, connect the stopper to a hook weld on the outer edge of the blind flange. Install the blind flange, fill the pipe with water, and vent any remaining air. Begin testing by slowly increasing pressure into the pipe. Final thoughts. All quick high pressure stoppers are designed to provide you with safe and accurate hydrostatic testing, if installation procedures are followed correctly. Let's do a quick review. Always verify that you have the right size plug for the pipe being tested. These are close tolerance tools, and care must always be taken that you have the right tool for the job. Check the plug for proper assembly and any worn parts. Check the seal cup and O-ring to see if they are worn and if they need replacement. Replace the grips if they are worn or rounded. On inspection, if you see any cracks or stripped threads, it is time to replace the plug. Verify proper installation and use before and during testing. Make sure the grips expand evenly. Make sure all air is vented from the pipe before pressure is applied. And always increase pressure slowly and retighten at about 20% of the test pressure. Always make safety the top priority. Be sure all valves and fittings are suitable for the desired test pressure. Use a safety gag and barricade whenever possible. Never stand in front of any test plug or fitting when it is under pressure. Quick high pressure stoppers are reusable tools that can save you valuable time with your testing procedures and will often pay for themselves after only one use. This video has been produced to answer common questions regarding the safe use of quick high pressure stoppers. If you have other specific questions or need additional information, please feel free to contact COB Industries at 1-800-431-1311 or visit our website at www.cob-industries.com.